What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Favor, and in today's video we are going to be talking about how to grow your hair in a protective style. Have you been stuck in a particular length even while you're doing a protective style and you're wondering, but why? So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you just a few tips that will help you understand why your protective style might not be growing your hair, and maybe if you do those things you might even begin to see changes in your hair. Okay, all right, without further ado, let's dive into the video. Okay guys, so number one on my list is the installation process. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, now when you go to the salon to make your hair, or even when you make your hair by yourself, you'll be like, okay, I want this hair to be a protective style, but how do you install that protective style in the first place? Okay, so when you're installing the protective style, is it tight on the roots? Is there too much tension? Is there too much manipulation? If these things are true for you, then that style, I'm sorry, is no longer a protective style. If a style is too tight, if there is too much tension on your scalp, on the roots, then it has defeated the purpose of it being called protective in the first place. So when you're going to install your hair, in the next time you want to install your protective style, please make sure that the style is not tight on the roots. Make sure that it is free, it is firm but loose. Do you understand? There is a difference between a tight and a firm hair. Okay, all right, so the number two on my list is the duration of the protective style. Now when it comes to the duration of the protective style, it kind of it varies, because some people do 2 weeks as their duration, some do 4 weeks, some do 6 weeks, and some even do 12. Now when it comes to the duration of your protective style, the choice of the protective style will determine how long it has to stay for it to be a protective style in the first place. Okay, for example, if you're going to be doing braids, on your hair, and then after 2 weeks you take it down, and then you wash your hair, you comb your hair, you moisturize, detangle, and all of that process, and then you go ahead and then put another protective style that is similar to the one that you took down, which is braids, that is too much manipulation in a short period of time. All right, it is too much manipulation and it's going to lead to breakage, and to me that is not a protective style. To me, that's my own idea, right? But if you're doing something like braids, it is advisable that you leave it for a longer period of time, say 6 weeks if you can. All right, that is because you allow your hair to breathe in between, you allow your hair to rest at least before you go ahead and start manipulating the hair in the process of taking it down and all of that. Okay, so but if you're doing like a chunky loose twist, the one that is very easy to install, right, that one, the process of installing it is casual, like it doesn't take too much manipulation to install. If that is what you choose to be your protective style, and you're one that like to be washing your hair every 2 weeks, and then you decide, okay, I'm going to be doing chunky loose twists as my protective style, then it's fine, because like I said, the process of installing it is not too complex. It is not, there's not too much tension. So I think that one is safe for 2 weeks as a protective hairstyle. If you watch Seun Okimi, you would notice that she is one person that preached about leaving her hair for long to grow, as using protective style to grow her hair, and the way she did it is leaving her hair alone for a long period of time. All right, it doesn't mean that she abandoned it. She still moisturized, she still wash her hair in between, but at least she leave her hair to stay at least 12 weeks, you understand, in a protective style. That way, if you noticed, if you've watched her video before, even while she was on relaxed hair, her hair was really long. Her hair was super long. Now that she's keeping natural hair, she's using the same method and her hair is still growing, because she understood her hair. She understood that her hair would thrive well when she leave it in a protective style for long. Remember that I said leaving it for long does not mean that you abandon it. Okay, all right, my next point is hydration and moisturization. So if you're like me, although I am changing, then we are the type that will leave our hair in a protective style and then we run off. bye bye till we come again. Till it's time to take it down. We don't do anything, no moisturization, no nothing. We just like leave the hair like that and say, okay, I'll see you when I see you. Nah, that is not the best way to grow your hair. If you've been doing that, then you're wondering why your hair is not growing. This might be the reason why your protective style is not growing out your hair. So when you put your hair in a protective style, please make sure that you're moisturizing the hair, especially the ends of your hair, which is like the grandpas and grandmas of your hair. You need to be keeping it moisturized. You need to be hydrating your hair, because our hair loves moisture and our hair thrives with moisture. Okay, so don't just braid your hair, twist your hair, whichever style that you choose to be your protective style. Don't just do it and then leave it for like, I don't know, couple of however long that you want to carry your hair for, and then you come back and then you'll be like, okay, time to take it down, and then you're wondering why your hair is not growing your hair. Why your protective style is not growing your hair. So the point I'm trying to relay in this particular one is that when you put your hair in a protective style, please, it's important that you moisturize your hair. You can do that once a week or twice a week. It just boils down to understanding what your hair needs. Does your hair feel dry after if you moisturize it once a week? If that is so, then try moisturizing twice a week. If it doesn't, if moisturizing once a week is okay for you, then moisturize once a week. You don't have to do what every other person is doing. You just have to find out what works for your hair, and you do that and your hair will thrive. Okay. So the one following this point is oiling your scalp. Oiling and massaging your scalp. See, massaging your scalp can never be overemphasized, because that is the secret. That is the secret to hair growth. Why is massaging too important? I mean, why do everybody preach about massage your scalp, massage your scalp? Well, let me try and explain it in my own understanding. So you know that our hair follicle sometimes maybe it's not even getting enough blood flow. My tongue. Maybe it's not getting enough blood flow that it needs to, to thrive. You understand? So but when you massage your scalp, what you're doing is increasing blood circulation in the area where you're massaging your hair. And what happens then, you are also helping to revive a dormant follicle and help it to, sprout out new hair or new hair strands. Okay, so massaging your hair is very, very important. It will help to make your blood to flow in that area, and in turns it will help to promote hair growth. Okay, the best time to massage your scalp is when you oil your scalp. All right, whenever you oil your scalp, that is the best time for you to massage your scalp, because now your hair is not dry. Okay, don't massage your scalp when your scalp is dry. Please try and put some sort of moisture, like oil especially, on your scalp. Then you go in and massage your scalp. You can do this as often as you can, as often as possible, as often that you have the time for. It doesn't matter. I don't think it has any side effects. I don't think it has. But anyway, do your research and find out if it's okay. Whatever you are doing to your hair, just monitor your hair, listen to your hair, listen to your body. How does it feel after doing it? Does it feel all right? Do you think that is okay for you? If it's okay, carry on. If it's not okay, then I think it's your body telling you that no, this is not working and you should stop. All right. Okay, so massage your scalp. It is very important, and oil your scalp before you start massaging it. It is very, very important. It will help you to see length by God's grace in no time. All right, so the next point is cleanse your scalp. I said when I was talking about moisturizing your hair that I am the type, I don't know if you're one of us, the type that will leave our hair in a protective style and then we'll leave it alone and then we'll say see you until we see you. But no, don't do that. Like I use Shem Okimi as an example. When she puts her hair in a protective style, she washes it. I don't know how often. I've forgotten. I watched that video, I think earlier this year, where she was talking about how she put her hair in a protective style. I've forgotten how often she says that she washes her hair in a protective style. What I'm trying to say is, whenever you notice that your scalp is dirty, if it's itchy and it's dirty, it is time to wash it. And you can even wash your hair in braids. You can wash your hair in any protective style except in packing gel, except in slick buns where you have to take it down before you wash it. But if it's in loose, like twists like this, braids, even cornrows, you can still have access to your scalp. So it's important that you cleanse your scalp even while it is in a protective style. Okay, it is very, very important, because hair grow in a very clean environment. Our hair needs a clean environment to grow out. So make sure that your scalp, it is clean. For example, this hair is been 3 weeks, but look at how clean my scalp is. Hope that you can see. So your scalp needs to be clean for the hair to grow out of it. Okay, that is why it's important that you keep your scalp, you cleanse your scalp as often as you can. You can do that if you usually used to wash your hair twice a week, once in 2 weeks, or once in a month. I don't know, you can still do that while in a protective style. It doesn't stop you. All right, the 5th point, I believe that's the 5th point. The 5th point is incorporate herbs in your hair. Right, incorporate herbs. Like, instead of using just plain water to moisturize your hair, you can use the water and boil, infuse some herbs, and then use it to spray on your scalp. Right, herbs like cloves, like rosemary, like fenugreek. These herbs, there's so many herbs. I'll look up some important. Hairstyle, there's so many herbs, even moringa, that are good for the hair, that you can infuse and use on your scalp for, you know, added benefits. Okay, I'm not saying that herbs alone is going to grow out your hair. No, I'm saying that it has a whole lot of benefits that you can also benefit from when you start using it. So instead of using plain water, you can infuse your herbs in that water and use it to grow out your hair. A lot of people have given testimonies of how, especially rosemary, cloves, grow out their hair. You can try it and see how it feels for your hair. Now, some herbs are drying. Herbs like cloves, especially cloves, have been reported to be very, very drying to the scalp, but it is still beneficial. So how you can use clove to enjoy the benefits without the drying effect is by adding like hibiscus flower in it. You can add like lavender buds inside to, you know, help it to be more moisturizing instead of drying. Okay, and please follow up with moisturizing your hair immediately, so that you will not experience that drying effect of using cloves on your hair. All right, so the number 6 point, is it number 6? I don't know, I've lost count. Is wearing hair bonnets. No, let me say the number 6 point is covering your hair. Why I don't want to emphasize on bonnet is you can use anything to, you know, cover your hair. You can use what do you call it? You can tie scarf, a silk scarf, silky scarf, or silk scarf. You can tie it on your hair. If you don't want to invest in bonnets, if you have bonnet already, please wear your bonnet. There's a reason why everybody keep preaching, wear your bonnet, cover your hair, wear silk scarf, or sleep on a silky pillowcase. It is because cotton dries out our hair. So you've gone through the process, the hard, whatever, the process of, you know, applying moisture to your scalp, to your hair, and then now you will now lie down on the bed without covering your hair, and your cotton pillowcase will now suck all the moisture out of your hair. Now your hair is left feeling dry again. This is why it is important that you wear bonnet. Okay, wear bonnets on your hair to protect your hair from drying out, to protect your pillow from drying out your hair. If you have silk pillowcase, better, because sometimes bonnets can just pull out. So if you have silk pillowcase, it's better. If you don't like sleeping with pillow but you can afford bedspread, silk pillow, bedspread, better. All right guys, so the last point is be gentle, be patient, and love your hair. So you finish doing all of these points, you finish doing all of these things that I mentioned, but then when it is time to take it down, to take your protective hairstyle down, you are yanking on it, you are pulling it, you're not being gentle, you're not taking your time to lose your protective style. Guess what? You're going to lose all the length that you must have accumulated. Or maybe you even come encounter with knots, and then you think, this one is taking my time. You grab your scissors and then you snip it out. My sister, do you know that average person grows about 0.5 hair in a month, inches in a month? So if you snip that out, maybe that's the growth that you've accumulated that you just throw away to the bush. So be gentle when you're taking down your protective style. Be patient, my dear sister. So be gentle, be patient, and above all, please love your hair. If you love something, I tell you, you are going to pay more attention. You are going to be gentle, more gentle towards it. So love your hair. Please, if you can, pray for your hair. All right guys, I hope that you are able to incorporate these steps, and I hope that these steps, after you incorporate it, that you're able to see results. If there is anything that you're finding challenging, please let me know in the comment section. For me, it is moisturizing my hair. Sometimes I forget to moisturize my hair, number one, and number two, it is very important. But yeah, recently I've been trying to keep up. So let me know your challenges. We are not perfect. We are always, striving to do better. And I'm not judging you, my sister. I'm not judging you, because it's not easy. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this content, please give me a heart in the comment section. Comment your favorite parts. Comment your challenges and whatnot, and give me a massive thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. It will help my channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching my video. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next one. Ciao ciao.